From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, August the 10th, 2020. At least 8 rockets were fired by terror group Hamas in Gaza into the Mediterranean Sea today in what is said to have been a warning to Israel for its quote-unquote aggression. Earlier in the day, terrorists in Gaza launched incendiary balloons into southern Israel, some of which detonated in midair. Others sparked fires, which were quickly extinguished. In response, the IDF tweeted that Israeli aircraft struck a Hamas observation post in Gaza. There has been a renewal of such arson device attacks over the last few days. And the IDF shared that for the first time ever, Israeli fighter jets will fly over the Dachau concentration camp and over the Munich airport, where 9 Israeli athletes and 2 coaches were murdered at the 1972 Olympic Games. Commander of the Israeli Air Force met with the families of the victims of the Munich massacre on Friday. The Air Force is apparently in Germany for a joint exercise with the German Air Force. Israel's Channel 12 said the Flyovers were to honor the memory of those who perished at each site. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a virtual meeting today with Colombian President Ivan Duque, where the two signed a free trade agreement between the countries. Duque also announced an innovation office that will open in Jerusalem. Jewish organizations welcomed bipartisan legislation that would require the State Department to monitor anti-normalization policies of Arab states, reporting on how those Arab states treat their citizens who interact with Israel. The bill was introduced on Thursday by Republican Senator Rob Portman and Democratic Senator Cory Booker. The leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Arthur Stark, William Daroff, and Malcolm Hoenlein, said anti-normalization laws intended to punish those who engage with Israel have existed since its founding 72 years ago and persist to this day. This bipartisan measure takes action against such policies and promotes the process of further regional normalization with Israel, which is critical to achieving a genuine and lasting peace between the Jewish state and its Arab neighbors. Well, an Israeli ice hockey player is making history. Eliezer Sherbatov is Israel's team captain for its national team, and he just signed a 1-year contract to play for the local team in Auschwitz, Poland, the Polish name for the town of Auschwitz. When he takes to the ice, the rink will be just a short walk from the notorious Nazi death camp. Sherbatov was born in the Israeli town of Rehovot and moved to Canada as a child, where he first began to play ice hockey. He is the first Israeli to play in the KHL, the Continental Hockey League, which is the Eastern European equivalent of the NHL, and the first to play for Auschwitz. Sherbatov told Israeli paper Yediot Aharonot that he was particularly motivated to succeed. He said, "People here in Poland are happy that a Jew from Israel came to play for Auschwitz. I am happy to make this history, and of course, I want to help not forget the Holocaust." Sherbatov said, "I want to win the championship, the Polish Cup, and the Continental title, and then everyone will know the one who did this is a Jewish Israeli." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, August the 10th. At 7 o'clock, it's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth. At 7:30, the JBS original series From Date to Mate. At 8, journalist Thomas Friedman and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair discuss the future of democracy and globalization in the age of Corona with Professor Yuval Shani of the Israel Democracy Institute. At 9, it's part 1 of Mark Golub's interview with Tal Keenan on L'chaim. At 10, renowned professor of Holocaust Studies Deborah Lipstadt discusses her book Anti-Semitism Here and Now with writer Barry Weiss. And coming up next, it's Good Week Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, August the 10th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.